Dominik Mysterio sends a message to Liv Morgan after she got pinned by Rhea Ripley. This past weekend, WWE fans witnessed an exciting new pairing as Liv Morgan and Dominik Mysterio teamed up for the first time ever at Bash in Berlin. However, their debut as a tag team did not result in victory, as they faced off against the formidable duo of Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest. The match, which was a mixed tag team bout, saw the Judgment Day members emerge victorious, with Ripley ultimately pinning Morgan to secure the win. The match was hard-fought and intense, showcasing the athleticism and determination of all four competitors. Despite their best efforts, Morgan and Mysterio were unable to overcome the combined might of Ripley and Priest. The loss left Liv Morgan visibly distraught as she lay in the ring, with Dominik Mysterio by her side. The sight of Morgan, who has been a prominent figure in WWE's women's division, showing vulnerability highlighted the emotional stakes of the match. Following the bout, Liv Morgan took to social media to express her feelings about the outcome. In a heartfelt post, she questioned whether the defeat truly meant they had lost, focusing on the silver lining of their partnership. Her message reflected a mix of disappointment and optimism, underscoring the significance of their bond beyond the match results. Dominik Mysterio quickly responded to Morgan's post, offering a supportive and uplifting message. On X, formerly Twitter, Mysterio quote-tweeted Morgan's comment, affirming that their bond remained strong despite the loss. His response emphasized the positive side of their teamwork and provided reassurance to Morgan and their fans. Mysterio's tweet read, "As long as I got my Garita, it's never a loss, white heart, black heart, face blowing a kiss that you only live once." In his message, Mysterio referred to Morgan as his Garita, a term of endearment that translates to blonde woman in Spanish. This affectionate nickname highlighted the growing connection between the two WWE stars and their chemistry as a team. Despite the setback in the ring, their shared sentiment reflected a sense of unity and mutual support. The heartfelt exchange between Morgan and Mysterio has resonated with WWE fans, who are already intrigued by this new pairing. The dynamic between the two wrestlers has the potential to evolve into a compelling storyline, with their chemistry and mutual support setting the stage for future success. Fans are eagerly anticipating how this partnership will develop in the coming weeks and whether they will find themselves in the spotlight again. Liv Morgan and Dominik Mysterio's first tag team match at Bash in Berlin may not have ended with a victory.
If you love your father, then subscribe the channel, and those who love me show your love by liking and subscribing.
But it showcased their resilience and commitment to each other. Their post-match interactions highlight the strength of their bond, suggesting that their journey together is far from over. As they continue to navigate the ups and downs of the WWE landscape, their fans will be watching closely to see how their partnership unfolds and what lies ahead for this promising duo. At WWE's Bash in Berlin, Liv Morgan and Dominik Mysterio made headlines with their first-ever tag team appearance, though they couldn't secure a win. The match, featuring a high-stakes clash against Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest, ended with Ripley pinning Morgan after a grueling bout. Despite the loss, the emotional aftermath showed the depth of the connection between Morgan and Mysterio. Following the match, Morgan took to social media, expressing her mixed feelings about the defeat, but focusing on their partnership as a positive takeaway. Mysterio's response was equally heartfelt, using social media to comfort Morgan and reinforce their bond. His tweet, referring to Morgan as his Garita, highlighted their personal connection and underscored that, in his eyes, their teamwork was a win in itself. The exchange between Morgan and Mysterio has sparked considerable interest among fans, who are excited to see where this new alliance might lead. Their chemistry, both in and out of the ring, suggests that this partnership could evolve into a significant storyline in WWE, with the potential for future triumphs and deeper emotional connections. What's next for Liv Morgan and Dominik Mysterio after Bash in Berlin? The aftermath of WWE Bash in Berlin is poised to bring significant developments for both Liv Morgan and Dominik Mysterio. Following a high-stakes tag team match, where Morgan and Mysterio faced off against Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest, the landscape of WWE storytelling is set to shift dramatically. The fallout from Bash in Berlin. At Bash in Berlin, Liv Morgan and Dominik Mysterio experienced a notable setback. The match concluded with Ripley pinning Morgan, a decisive victory for the Judgment Day that solidifies their dominance in the faction warfare. This loss has left fans and analysts speculating about the future trajectories of both Morgan and Mysterio. With Ripley and Priest continuing to build their case as a dominant force in WWE, the spotlight now turns to how Morgan and Mysterio will respond to the setback. Liv Morgan's path forward. For Liv Morgan, the immediate future is likely to revolve around her ongoing feud with Rhea Ripley. After being pinned by Ripley, the stage is set for an intensified rivalry between the Women's World Champion and Mommy. Given the nature of their previous encounters and the high stakes of their recent match, it's almost certain that this feud will continue to escalate. WWE fans should brace themselves for a possible rematch between Morgan and Ripley at WWE's upcoming premium live event, Bad Blood. This potential rematch would offer both competitors a chance to sell the score and would likely serve as a focal point of WWE programming in the lead-up to the event. Morgan, determined to reclaim her standing, will need to rally and strategize carefully to overcome Ripley's formidable challenge. The build-up to Bad Blood will be crucial in determining how the storyline unfolds and how Morgan's character evolves in response to her recent loss. Dominik Mysterio's next steps. As for Dominik Mysterio, his future remains somewhat uncertain in the immediate aftermath of the loss. While he and Liv Morgan faced a tough challenge, Mysterio's role in the Judgment Day and his individual storylines will likely be influenced by the faction's next moves. The Judgment Day's influence on Raw following Bash in Berlin will be a significant factor in determining Mysterio's trajectory. Expect Dominik to either further integrate himself into the Judgment Day schemes or to forge a new path within WWE's narrative. His interactions with fellow faction members and other competitors will play a key role in shaping his future storylines. The aftermath of the Bash in Berlin match may also see Dominik reevaluating his alliances and strategies as he navigates the complex landscape of WWE's programming. Looking ahead, both Liv Morgan and Dominik Mysterio are at critical junctures in their WWE careers. The fallout from Bash in Berlin sets the stage for intriguing developments, with Morgan poised for a possible rematch with Ripley and Mysterio navigating his role within the Judgment Day. As WWE heads toward Bad Blood, the coming weeks will be pivotal in shaping the next chapter for these wrestlers and their storylines. Fans should stay tuned for the dramatic twists and turns that are sure to unfold in the wake of this significant event.